I just think that all this knee-jerk reaction of cancel culture to me is so frustrating. I think America's like, come on, guys, let's people make mistakes.
And I know that you had a big party for the opening, and a lot of the cast members were there. I mean, what was it like having the support from everybody come out last night?
Well, it was really lovely. It's a lot to ask people to go to Vegas on a Thursday night. We wanted to open, we were kind of really raring to go. And we've had a soft opening, but we wanted to make sure everything's perfect before we actually officially say we're open. But all my good friends were there, and obviously now the secret's out. Garcelle's son works for me. Garcelle said to me she came to a fundraiser for Haiti that we have very often at Tom Tom, normally once a year, raise funds for Haiti. And she came to that. So that's how we met. And she said to me, I was wondering if you could give my son a job. And normally I hate that when people say that to me because I'm thinking, oh, no. So I'm saying, well, where does he live and what does he do? So she said, well, he's in Vegas. And I thought, oh, okay. I'm a little more removed from that on a day-to-day basis. I said, listen, I can get him the interview, I can get him the job, but I can't help him keep it, So it's up to him. So she's like, oh no, he's just great, you'll love him. So I said, well, why not have him as the face of my restaurant in the Cocktail Garden? Win-win for both of us. He's a dynamite. He's just got great attitude. His lovely people love him. And now he wants to move over to the new restaurant, Vanderpump at Paris. So Garcelle wanted to come in and support me and him, which is kind of funny. The only Beverly Hills housewife happens to be Garcelle.
Right, yes. I mean, that is kind of funny.
I didn't know her. She wasn't on the show.
Right, she wasn't on the show. It's kind of how weird these circles kind of overlap sometimes. Do you ever see maybe doing a show around this restaurant then?
A lot of people have asked me that. There's definitely some interest. People are talking. But I think right now, I've had so much going on with the 3 restaurants I have in existence in Los Angeles, trying to get them up and running, which, 100,000 restaurants went out of business, maybe more now. So just trying to sustain them and get that back up on its feet. Mm-hmm. I've got a book that I have written half of it, and I've really tried to do it, because I used to be an editor of a magazine and everything. So I love writing. So I'm still kind of plowing through that, the kind of book that you say almost like to your daughter to read, or about confidence, about how things I've learned along the way. Mm-hmm. And I've been on the planet a lot longer than a lot of people that follow me, so kind of really like my lessons that I've learned, mistakes I've made. And so I'm doing that. I'm working on that. I have my restaurants.
When Lala was on Watch What Happens Live a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of days ago, Andy said Lala Kent from Vanderpump Valley. Do you know anything about these rumors? Can you clear anything up?
You know what? I know they're talking about that, but I can't validate that at all. Mm-hmm. No.
Would you want to see like another Vanderpump spinoff?
Another one? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But I honestly don't see that happening right now. Mm-hmm. About the babies, I'm not sure.
Do you still keep in touch with any of the former cast members like Stassi and Kristen and Jack and Brittany?
Stassi. Mm-hmm. I just hate this cancel culture. Of course, people are going to jump on me for that. I just believe that as you grow up, you make mistakes. I think if we all look back on everything we've done, unless you're kind of, groomed for politics or, royal family, and they make mistakes. Look how many of them have made mistakes. Unless you're groomed, you kind of, you're trying things out, you're kind of experiencing different things, and you get things wrong. Mm-hmm. And that's when I think, you really need to learn from that. So for me, I've always said, I understand why Bravo did it. I understand because it was a sign of the times. It was it was retribution. It was like punitive. I get it. But to me, I would have had them sit down here and say, you tell me why you feel that you can do that. And you tell me, almost like, I think holding people accountable, that's so cliche, but it's so important.
It is.
Even with your children, boundaries. Even at school, gosh, I remember the boundaries we used to have at school. Mm-hmm. We had to respect, and I just think that's what it's about. And I think her arrogance at that time superseded her empathy and her smarts.
Right. Would you want to
learn from that?
Would you want to see her back to have that moment to, talk about it and have that teachable moment?
I think she was great on the show. I think they were all great on the show. I'm sure she'll be successful in anything she does. I never had quite the same relationship with Kristen, but as you know. But, I just think that all this knee-jerk reaction of cancel culture to me is so frustrating. I think America's like, come on, guys, let's people make mistakes. I mean, the president of the United States got away with it, remember? It's like,
so true. So true.
Like, come on, they're kids, let's learn from our mistakes. That's